In this video, I'll be sharing the story of the Life is Strange game. Alright, let's dive right in. Life is Strange takes place in a fictional town called Arcadia Bay. The story begins with a girl named Max Caulfield, who sees a tornado heading toward the town. She then wakes up in a classroom and realizes it was just a bad dream. Max dreams of becoming a successful photographer. To follow her passion, she takes photography classes at Blackwell Academy, where her teacher is a well-known photographer, Mr. Jefferson. After class, Max submits her photo to Mr. Jefferson to participate in the Everyday Heroes contest, hoping to win and start her career. As she leaves the classroom, she sees posters everywhere about a missing girl named Rachel Amber. Max goes to the bathroom and takes a picture of a butterfly. While she's there, a boy named Nathan Prescott walks in, followed by a mysterious girl with blue hair. They don't realize Max is hiding. The blue-haired girl starts threatening Nathan, but he gets angry and pulls out a gun. In the heat of the moment, he accidentally shoots and kills her. Max sees everything happen and tries to stop Nathan, but suddenly she's back in her photography class, realizing she has the power to rewind time. She decides to go back to the bathroom to stop the girl from being shot. This time, Max pulls the fire alarm before the gun goes off, saving the blue-haired girl. Later, outside the campus, Max notices a security guard harassing a student named Kate. But when she steps in, the guard backs off. After that, Max goes to return a flash drive to her friend Varen, who has a crush on her. During their conversation, Nathan comes there and angrily asks Max if she saw anything in the bathroom. Suddenly, the blue-haired girl arrives, and it turns out she is none other than Max's childhood friend, Chloe Price. Max gets into Chloe's car and they drive off. On the way, they catch up, and Max explains that she left Arcadia Bay 5 years ago to move to Seattle, and during that time, they lost contact with each other. As Max and Chloe spend more time together, we learn that after Max leaves, Chloe becomes close friends with Rachel Amber, the girl whose missing posters are at Blackwell Academy. Chloe shares that Rachel disappeared 6 months ago. Since it was Max's birthday last month, Chloe gave her an old camera that belonged to her late father, William Price, who died in a car accident. Chloe also keeps the butterfly photo Max took in the bathroom earlier. We also learn that Chloe's stepfather, David Madsen, is the head of security at Blackwell Academy. David secretly watches the students through surveillance cameras and keeps hidden files on them. Later, Max and Chloe hang out near the lighthouse, and Max realizes it's the same place from her vision or dream. Chloe opens up to Max, telling her that at a party, Nathan Prescott drugged her drink and tried to take advantage of her, but she managed to escape. Since then, Chloe has been blackmailing Nathan over the incident. While they're talking, Max suddenly has another vision of the storm heading toward Arcadia Bay. This time, she sees a newspaper in her vision with the date October 11th, just 4 days away. Max panics and tells Chloe about her vision, revealing that she can rewind time. Suddenly, it starts snowing, even though the weather is warm. The next day, they plan to meet at the diner where Chloe's mom works. Afterward, they decide to visit Chloe's secret hangout spot, a junkyard. Chloe takes out her stepfather's stolen gun, and they have some fun experimenting with Max's rewind powers. However, Max begins to feel the strain of using her abilities too much. She starts getting a nosebleed and eventually faints. While unconscious, she has another vision, once again seeing the storm approaching Arcadia Bay. When Max wakes up, they're approached by Frank, the local truck dealer. It turns out that Chloe had borrowed $3,000 from him to fix her truck, and Frank has come to collect the money. Chloe notices that Frank is wearing Rachel Amber's bracelet, which upsets her. This sparks an argument between Chloe and Frank, but he gives her a final deadline to repay the money before leaving. Later, Max goes back to Blackwell Academy for her classes. She notices that Kate is visibly upset. Kate is distressed because a video of her kissing several people while drunk at a party has gone viral across Blackwell Academy. During their class, a commotion breaks out as everyone rushes outside. Max sees Kate trying to commit suicide by jumping off the rooftop. Max rewinds time and pauses it to prevent Kate from jumping. Max rushes to the rooftop and tries to convince Kate not to jump. Depending on the choices you make, either Kate jumps and dies or Max manages to save her life. Later that night, Max and Chloe sneak into the principal's office in the Blackwell Academy by stealing the keys from Chloe's stepdad. Max and Chloe search for files related to Nathan Prescott in the principal's office. They find a reference to a place called the Dark Room, along with a strange photo of Rachel Amber and Nathan. They manage to escape without being caught by the security officer. The next day, Chloe's mom, Joyce, gives Max an old childhood photo of Max and Chloe. Max and Joyce also talk about Chloe's father, William Price, who died in a car accident. While David Madsen is spying on the students at Blackwell Academy, Max sneaks into his laptop and finds incriminating information. Through the laptop, she discovers that Rachel Amber used to meet with Frank frequently. Max and Chloe use Max's time powers to get Frank's V-Van keys and search for more information. Inside, they find evidence that Rachel and Frank were romantically involved. This revelation deeply hurts Chloe, as Rachel was her best friend, and she never told Chloe about her relationship with Frank. Later, Max returns to her room and looks at an old photo of herself and Chloe from their childhood. Unexpectedly, Max starts hearing voices coming from the photo. As she focuses on it, she is suddenly transported back in time to the exact moment the photo was taken. It turns out to be the same day that Chloe's father, William, died in a car accident. Determined to prevent the accident, Max hides William's car keys so he has to take the bus to work instead. This prevents his fatal car accident. However, when Max returns to the present, she realizes that her actions have drastically changed reality. In this alternate timeline, everything is different. Max is now part of the Vortex Club, something she wasn't before, and Varen is dating Stella. David is now the driver at Blackwell Academy. Chloe is no longer the rebellious girl Max knew, and her life has taken a tragic turn. When Max visits Chloe's house, she is heartbroken to find that Chloe is paralyzed from the neck down due to a different accident. Max also learns that Chloe's condition is getting worse, and her family is struggling to afford her medical expenses. Chloe, overwhelmed by the pain and the burden on her family, asks Max to help her end her life. Faced with this impossible decision, Max struggles emotionally but eventually decides to return to the same photograph. This time, she allows events to unfold as they originally did, letting William die in the car accident to restore the timeline. Max returns to the present where everything is back to normal and Chloe is healthy again. After this emotional ordeal, Max and Chloe continue their investigation. They search Nathan Prescott's room and find his phone. Then they also get a client list from Frank. Using the information from Nathan's phone, David's files, and Frank's client list, they discover the location of a farmhouse that Nathan has been visiting frequently. When they arrive at the farmhouse, they find a hidden underground bunker. Inside the bunker, they find a disturbing photography setup with several creepy items, including a red spiral-bound book. In the book, they see unsettling photos linked to Nathan's actions, uncovering more dark secrets about him. Max and Chloe also find girls' names written on the back of the book bindings, which they believe are Blackwell Academy students. Among them, they find 3 spiral-bound notebooks with the names Rachel, Kate, and Victoria on them. They opened Victoria's notebook first, but found nothing special in it. To their horror, then they realized that Rachel's and Kate's notebooks contain disturbing photos. The photos show both girls drugged, tied up, and photographed in compromising positions. One of the photos strongly suggests that Rachel is dead, her body discarded in the junkyard. Seeing that, Max and Chloe rush to the junkyard, where they dig up Rachel's decomposed body at the spot seen in the photograph. Devastated, they now believe that Nathan Prescott has been targeting these girls. After that, the two head back to Blackwell Academy, where the Vortex Club is hosting their end-of-the-world party. Here, they see an unusual sight in the sky, where 2 moons appear to be visible. At the party, Max gets a selfie request from Varen, and Victoria informs her that Nathan is missing. During the event, Victoria is announced as the winner of the Everyday Heroes contest. Meanwhile, Nathan sends Chloe a threatening text, saying he will destroy all the evidence related to Rachel. Alarmed, Max and Chloe rush back to the junkyard to check Rachel's body. As they arrive, Max is suddenly injected with a tranquilizer and Chloe is shot. Max begins to lose consciousness and sees Mr. Jefferson standing in front of her. After some time, Max slowly regains consciousness and finds herself tied up in the dark room. Using her time powers, Max manages to jump between different moments in time, using the photographs in front of her. During one of her time jumps, Jefferson reveals that Rachel's death was accidental. She overdosed on drugs given to her by Nathan during one of his photo sessions. Feeling guilty, Nathan buried her body in the junkyard. At one point, Jefferson throws Max's diary back to her, and inside she finds the selfie Max took during Jefferson's class at the start of the story. Max uses the photo to jump back to that exact moment in the past. This time, Max informs David Madsen, the security officer, about Jefferson and the dark room. As a result, both Jefferson and Nathan are arrested, and the investigation moves forward. Max ends up winning the Everyday Heroes contest. When Max wakes up, she's on a plane heading to San Francisco to attend the art gallery event. Now, everything seems normal with Jefferson arrested and Chloe still alive. Max attends the art gallery event, feeling a sense of relief, thinking the nightmare is finally over. At the event, her winning photo is displayed along with the other contest-winning photos. However, she begins to experience another ominous vision, and she realizes that the tornado she has been seeing is quite real and approaching Arcadia Bay. In desperation, she uses her powers to return to the moment of her contest-winning photo. Then she tears up the photo, hoping to change things, but it doesn't work. Max's nose bleeds, and she finds herself waking up once again in the dark room, where Jefferson has burned her diary. Fortunately, David arrives just in time to save her and arrest Jefferson. Despite Jefferson's capture, Max is devastated because Chloe is still dead in this timeline. Determined to save her friend, Max uses a selfie Varen took at the party to jump back in time. This time, instead of heading to the Vortex Club party, she convinces Chloe to go to the lighthouse, hoping they can survive the oncoming tornado. On their way, Max faints again and begins to experience several dreamlike sequences, representing her internal struggle. Eventually, they reach the lighthouse, where Max reveals the truth to Chloe that the tornado is a consequence of Max's interference with time. By saving Chloe in the bathroom at the start of the game, she unintentionally caused a ripple effect, which is now leading to the impending destruction of Arcadia Bay. Chloe tells Max that the people of Arcadia Bay don't deserve this fate, and Max must save them instead of her. Max is then faced with an impossible decision. Either sacrifice Chloe to restore the original timeline and save Arcadia Bay, or let the tornado destroy the town to keep Chloe alive. The story ends in one of two ways, depending on the player's choice. In our case, we chose to sacrifice Arcadia Bay. Max chooses to keep Chloe alive, and the tornado destroys Arcadia Bay. Max and Chloe leave the devastated town behind, driving off together into an uncertain future. The story's final moments depend on the player's decision, making it a deeply emotional and personalized experience.